loves. I hope all is well. Just wanted to kind of touch base about today's energy. So it's, Mars conjunct Pluto in Aquarius. So, and with Valentine's Day tomorrow, I know a lot of people are feeling, out of sorts, or there's a lot of uh, relationship adjustments happening, let's say, whether it's friendships, whether it's work relationships, whether it's partnerships, whatever. Um, this energy today with this conjunction is very relationship based. So it's like the planet of war meets a planet of power. And we're being asked to allow the shift in dynamics in our relationships to happen so that we can either purge or heal. So it's very important to take some time to look within and ask yourself, what's working, what's not, what feels aligned, what doesn't, but in a very healthy, detached way. So when we talk about detachment, we're not talking about avoidance. We're not talking about um, trying to, like, the escapism of it. We're talking about feeling your feelings. So really take that time to ask, like, does this relationship serve me? Is it empowering? Is it joyful? Is it supportive? Is it compassionate? Like all of these things. Or is it destructive and unhealthy? Is it codependent? Is it a trauma bond? Like there's so many different ways for us to do that self-analysis. So with the energy today and the vibration of love tomorrow with Valentine's Day, take time to really do that self-assessment and kind of reassess and review the relationships in your life, because this energy, especially with Juno in retrograde, these first few months are all about purging, releasing, and shedding relationships that are not healthy for us, any kind of relationship. So, yeah, it can be lonely, it can be frustrating, it can be, you know, sad and all of that, but it's a sense of we have to go through a grieving process in any kind of relationship, whether it's a friendship, whether it's a work relationship, whether it's a family, like whatever the relationship is, we still go through a grieving process because we wanted it to be this, but it was actually this. So, and remember, we can't control others. So, if somebody is not a partner in this relationship, and again, no matter what type of the dynamics of the relationship is, like it's still important for you to ask yourself, is this healthy and balanced and, you know, feeding my soul, so to speak? Does it bring more joy? Or is it, you know, or does it bring sorrow? Or does it bring frustration? Like, ask yourself what the relationships in your life bring into your life, because we we have to see things in a sense of, I will love you the way I love me. So if you go to another country, you don't speak the language, there are certain things that you can, communicate that are, uh, through like sign language. Let's say like you're hungry, so you're like, do you know where a restaurant is where I can eat, like that kind of thing. But if you don't speak the same love language, it's very challenging to have a healthy relationship. And again, whether it's a friendship or a romantic, whatever, but you can learn together. If the relationship is healthy, if the core of your relationship is healthy, then you can learn together and you can grow together and you can evolve together. If the core of your relationship is unstable, then this is the time that things will break down. So, do a lot of inner work and ask yourself those questions for, you know, what is serving me, what is healthy for me, what is good for me, and all those kinds of things. And have a healthy detachment to your emotions. Because, yeah, when you love somebody, like I've had friendships that have dissolved, and I still love them. They are, wonderful people. We're just not a vibrational match at this time. Maybe we will circle back, maybe, I don't know. But in a sense of right now in this moment, this is not serving me and this is not a healthy connection, or the core of this is very unstable. So, take that time to, reassess and review those things in your life. And with Valentine's Day coming, I know a lot of, I have a few clients that are single and they're frustrated and kind of sad and feeling the perpetuation of societal expectations of Valentine's Day, somebody to love and all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, you don't want to get into the commercialized aspects of Valentine's Day. You should show people that you love them every day in different ways. Saying, hey, drive safe when somebody's leaving. That's a show of love. Or you see a little trinket and you're like, oh my gosh, that's so cute. Let me get it for you. Like I bought my friend a little, she loves flamingos. I saw a little stuffed flamingo and I bought it for $5, like, or $10 or whatever. But it was just like, little trinkets of love to say, I love you so much. Like, you're one of my favorite people in the whole world, kind of thing. So don't get lost in the programmed, commercialized sense of Valentine's Day. And also, it's about like love is about how you love yourself. Love is about how you appreciate yourself, the world around you, the things that you're grateful for, and all of that. It's not just about, romantic dinners and candlelit, blah, 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 blah. It's, you don't need to spend money to show love. You don't need to feel pressured to show love in the way that society has programmed us to say that it has to be done this way. You have to buy flowers and you have to buy candies and you have to set up a romance. Like, no, show love in the way that feels aligned with you and your partner if you're in a relationship. And if you're not in a relationship, like myself, tomorrow will be a self-love day, because I've been single for quite a while now, and I went through a lot of healing over this last few years. And I love me. I love my own company. I love who I am, and I don't need someone to fulfill anything or to, complete me, because, we get, again, programmed into that thought of somebody completing us, or you're not whole if you don't have a partner. Yes, partnership is beautiful and wonderful when it's healthy, and it's wonderful because we are human beings and we are social creatures. Yes, it's amazing to be in a healthy relationship, most definitely. But don't settle for less than what you truly desire because of a feeling of lack or a feeling of what society has dictated. It's the same as, oh, by this age you should have this, and oh, by that age you should have that. No. How do you feel? What do you feel aligned with? That's all that matters. So don't get lost in the shuffle of Valentine's Day. Take time to, even if you are in a relationship, still take time to, do a little self-love treatment, a little self-care stuff, and love on you. Tell yourself how much you love yourself and how wonderful you are and all of those kinds of things. And be proud of how far you've come in this life, and be proud of the sense that you have the capacity to love. I wrote an ebook about love, and there's just so many aspects of love that we don't incorporate. Like when people say, oh, I love my car. Oh, I love my bed. Oh, I love my pets. I love my people. Like, there are so many different aspects of love that we're not taught about, so to speak, but we experience them. But it's about understanding the fact that you have the capacity to be unconditionally loving. Our source self, our inner being, our highest self, whatever you want to call it, loves unconditionally. But humans, we love with conditions. So I'll love you until, something happens and now I don't love you, kind of thing. Or we get so hurt that, that love gets diminished, or whatever. It's just very much about how you love yourself is how you are setting the bar, I guess you would say, for how you will receive love and how you will give love. When we give love freely, and whether it's friends, family, whatever, when we give love freely without attachment, then there's no fear there. Even if you're starting a relationship, and I've counseled quite a few people that were scared of starting a relationship because they didn't want to get hurt and so on and so forth, because we're programmed to fear the feelings of a broken heart, of the loss of a relationship. But when you take time to try to understand that every relationship that we are engaged in our lives, whether it's friendship, whether it's lovers, whether it's partnerships of business or whatever, it has a purpose. It's there to teach us. It's there to help us. It's there to guide us in our evolution. So don't allow a fear-based mentality or a 3D mentality to control how you feel about, love, or about how you show love to yourself or show love to others. And remember that it's important how you feel. If you feel like you are this beautiful, loving person, and you've done your inner healing, you've done your inner work, you can love freely, but you have healthy boundaries in a sense of, like, in a relationship, in a friendship, whatever, I have healthy boundaries. So if we're besties and I share something with you that I don't want, anyone else to know, and then you share it with a bunch of other people, then that's a breach of trust. So if we don't have trust, we don't have a relationship. So there has to be certain core basics of relationships, no matter what type of relationship they are. So take some time to, reassess and ask yourself, what do I want? What is good for me? Okay. All right, guys.